it's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security, they're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid, they're putting them in our hospitals, they're taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans, is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street, and these people are living in luxury hotels. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it's really coming back. I've never seen such anger in our country before.
President Biden?
The idea that veterans are not being taken care of, I told you before. And by the way, when I said suckers and losers, he said he acknowledged after that he fired that general. That general got fired because he's the one that acknowledged that that's what he said. He was the one standing with Trump when he said it, number one. Number two, the idea that we're going to be in a situation where all these millions and millions, the way he talks about it.
Yo, what's up, CXMP? What's up, Lamar Jackson Prods? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
The reason why we are the fastest growing economy.
Yeah, I heard, CXMP. I heard.
Successful economy in the world.
Good luck,
We're better than
man.
any other nation in the world.
Good
By the
luck.
way,
That's all I can say.
15 Nobel laureates he talked about being phony. Those 15 Nobel laureates.
Apparently, he's supposed to be a 3-point specialist, I think. I think. Don't quote me on that.
And inflation is going to increase and go up. And by the way, worst president in history, 159.
And then they're trying to sign LeBron through 2027
President in the history of the United States of America.
so that
President Biden, thank you
Bryce
so
could
much.
come
The
out.
cost of child care, which many American families struggle to afford. President Trump, both you and President Biden have tried to address this issue. But the
Yo,
average
imagine if the
cost of
Lakers
child care
draft
in this country
Bryce.
has
That'd be
risen more
crazy.
than $11,000 a year per child for many
That'll be
families.
crazy.
The cost of child care for 2 children
But it's
is
gonna
more
happen.
than their rent. In your second term, what would you do to make child care more affordable?
Just to go back, the general got fired because he was no good. And if he said that,
And
that's
signing
why he
Paul
did
George.
that. But we have 19 people.
No,
that said
man, you
that
gotta
they
sign
very
Klay Thompson,
respected,
man.
Much more so than him. The other thing is, he
Whatchamacallit, Mike Dunleavy, he
He
said,
never fired people.
was it today or yesterday he said? He said that they're interested in signing Klay Thompson back.
The FBI drained the
They
swamp.
want to sign
They
him
were no
back.
good. Not easy to fire people. You pay a price for it, but they were no good. I inherited these people. I didn't put him there. I didn't put Comey there. He was no good. I fired him. This guy hasn't fired anybody. He never fires. He should have fired every military man that was involved with the Afghanistan horror show, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. He didn't fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world? Did anybody get fired for allowing 18 million people, many from prisons? Many
No, please
mental
don't.
institutions? Did you fire
Please
anybody
don't.
that allowed our country to be
I don't want
destroyed?
Paul George, man.
Joe, our
I really
country is
don't.
being destroyed as you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said about me because I said it. But look, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough.
Oh, your
on the
dad is
border.
watching
Came
the
out
debate
with
too, Butter? What's up, Butter?
a nothing deal.
Sign back
Just a
Klay
little bit.
Thompson. That's who we need.
Like this much. It's insignificant. He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters. And I don't think we just can't let it happen. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how
See,
bad
a
it is.
7-foot
He's the
guy.
worst
His name
in
is
history
Quentin
by far.
Post. I have no idea who that is,
We're the
CXMP.
most admired country in the world.
Is he good? Is he decent? I don't even know.
There's nothing beyond
See,
it.
why are you watching the debate?
Finest military industry in the world. The finest in the history of the world.
That's a good
No
question.
one thinks we're weak.
That's a good question.
No one.
I have no idea, man.
Nobody.
Because I already know who I'm going to vote for, so I have no idea.
And we're talking about
Maybe to be entertained, I don't know.
Look it up. Go online. 159 or 58. Don't hold me the exact number.
We finally got another big guy.
Who's the worst president?
So Looney isn't alone. Oh, okay, he's a big man. Okay, I'm with that. I'm with that. He can shoot too. Oh yeah, Steph definitely gonna teach him how to shoot even better. Trump wants to be the president again so bad. He's gonna win, bro. It's playlist song. I just changed my account. What's up, playlist? How you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Virtually nothing in child care. They should significantly.
Hopefully all is well, playlist. Also known as Sports Are Cool. Hopefully all is well. Good to see you. Happy to see you.
Parents to be able to go back to work, and we should encourage businesses to to have.
Thank you, President
childcare
Biden.
facilities.
President Trump, the question was about what would you do to make childcare more affordable, if you want to take your minute.
Just so you understand, we have polling, we have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me, I'll tell you, I will say, and they rate me one of the best, okay? And if I'm given another 4 years,
Even Biden had to laugh.
I'll be the best. Nobody's
Oh,
ever
man.
created an economy
Let's
like
see.
us. Nobody ever cut taxes like us. He's the only one I know. He wants to raise your taxes by 4 times. He wants to raise.
I
everybody's
honestly,
taxes
Butter,
by
I
4
think
times.
Trump
He
is going to
wants
win,
Trump
man.
tax cuts to expire. So
He's
everybody,
definitely gonna
including
win.
The 2 of you are going to pay 4 to 5 times. Nobody ever heard of this before.
See,
All
Trump
my
is not
life, I
answering
grew
some
up and I
questions.
see
No, he's
politicians
answered the
talking about
questions.
cutting taxes.
He's
Well,
been
cut
killing
taxes,
Biden,
as I
bro.
said, we did more business. Apple and all these companies, they were bringing money back into our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
Well, the fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong about, he's increased the tariff, he's increased.
This guy is so
the,
funny, man.
taxes.
See, I wonder if.
I said I'd never raise the tax.
See, I wonder if we see Jimmy Uso tomorrow to even the odds and maybe make it a 4-4 tag team match.
Everything coming in the country, you know what the economists say?
They didn't say nothing about Jimmy too. That's the thing.
$2,500 a year more.
You know what? That could be a great possibility, CXMP. That could happen.
Number 2.
That could happen. Yeah, that could definitely happen.
He talks
See, we got SmackDown tomorrow, yo.
Not raised. He somehow
About
middle class.
child, bro. I wasn't even able to hear his answer because I've been talking with you guys. He just goes back to talk about how bad he is.
Number 2, you have not, in fact, made any contact, any progress with China.
Here we
We
go.
are the lowest trade deficit with China since 2010.
Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden. Let's discuss
Hey,
the
they cut him off
epidemic impacting
immediately.
millions of Americans that both of you have made a top priority in your first term, the opioid crisis. And for both of you, the number of overdose deaths in this country has gone up under your.
Yeah, they're gonna have something big at MSG, bro. They have to.
Trump, despite the efforts
They
that
have
both of you
to.
have made,
Hands down, they
more than
have to.
100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year, primarily from fentanyl and other opioids. What will you do to help Americans right
See,
now?
he didn't answer the question. I didn't hear his response.
Who are struggling to get the treatment they need.
To finish up, we now have the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy. We have the largest deficit with China. He gets paid by China. He's a Manchurian candidate. He gets money from China. So I think he's afraid to deal with them or something. But do you notice he never took out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries and there was more to come, but he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country.
See, White 6 is a W? Yeah, they are.
Situation with China.
I think they're doing it just how Bray Wyatt would do it if he was alive.
What they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us as a country, Joe, and you can't let that happen. You're destroying our country.
So, President Trump, you have 67 seconds left. The question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we're doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before, any country, in every way. And then we had to get tough. And it was the drugs pouring across the border it started to increase. We got great equipment. We bought the certain dog that's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen, the way they can spot it. We did a lot. And we were getting very low numbers, very, very low numbers. Then he came along. The numbers, have you seen the numbers now? It's not only the 18 million people that I believe is even low because the gotaways, they don't even talk about gotaways. But the numbers of the amount of drugs and human trafficking in women coming across our border, the worst thing I've ever seen, at numbers that nobody's ever seen under him because the border's so bad. But the number of drugs coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had by far.
President Trump, thank you. President Biden?
I believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I believe Trump on that one.
For a while. And I wanted to make sure we use the machinery that can detect fentanyl. These big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border. And it costs a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together, this bipartisan deal. More fentanyl machines more be able to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of all the people at the border. And when we had that deal done,
Because he talked about something else.
Colleagues said, "Don't do it. It's going to hurt me."
I gotta see his child care answer because I wasn't able to hear it because I was talking to you guys. But from what I've been seeing, because I've been watching this for a little bit, Trump, he's been killing Biden, man.
Mexico is working with us to make sure they don't have to.
I tell you, when they have their second debate, Biden, he better come out on fire, man, because let me tell you something. A lot of people has changed their minds on Biden, man. A lot of people.
Because this does pertain to it. He ended remain in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico, not catch and release here.
Yeah, Trump is cooking them, man.
That we had done hard negotiations with Mexico, and I got it all for nothing. It's just like when you have a hostage. We always pay $6 billion for a hostage. Every time we say it's a hostage. Now we have a hostage, a Wall Street Journal reporter. I think a good guy, and he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for
like
Trump.
Trump killed him in the immigration thing and the Ukraine thing.
Very quickly, as soon as I take office.
That's the only things I've seen since I've been watching it.
As soon as I win the election, I will have that reporter out. He should have had him out a long time ago. But Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars because this guy pays it every time. We had 2 cases where he paid $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
Thank you, President Trump. Dana?
Let's turn to concerns that voters have about each of you. President Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said, 15 million new jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs, more investment in America, over billions of dollars of private investment in enterprises that we are growing. By the way, we brought an awful lot of people. The whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 40% of the market.
Eventually Orange's going to turn heel, bro.
Because he was sending people
he could be president.
So I went to South Korea and convinced Samsung to invest
bro. Bro, they're getting on Trump for allegedly, I don't know if it's true or not, sleeping with Stormy Daniels. Now, in my opinion, I could care less about that because women that's in that industry, that's their job, to sleep with people for money. That's their job. Like, and then that crazy lady that came out of the woodworks on Trump, claiming he did something to her, which I don't think is true. I think that was a money grab. I really do.
We're the envy of the world. Name me a single
and then comparing that to Biden's past, bro. Comparing that to Biden's past, if you look at Biden's past, his past, what they said about Trump, the stuff that Trump was into currently, bro, it's a cakewalk compared to Biden's history, man.
They don't want to screw around with us.
Thank you. Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. Physical exams every year.
This man is hilarious. Yo, put this man in office, man. I want to laugh, man.
That I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
See, he gets sentenced July 7th.
President Biden?
You can see he is.
Trump should be arrested because he can cut a promo. Bro, you know what's funny? He's a WWE Hall of Famer, bro.
Just take a look at what he is. Take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my
Yeah, they supposed to be putting him on probation on the 7th, allegedly. But they're gonna do something because they know he's gonna win. So by being that they know he's gonna win, they're gonna do something.
He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap. 8. But I had, you know,
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay,
Let's
let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn
Let's not act like children.
to a specific concern that voters have about you. Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the
Let's
results
see.
of this election, regardless of who wins? And
What did Trump do
you
again?
say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable.
He led our economy to the most successful economy in years. He gave millions to black colleges. He's had the most peaceful, the most peace treaties between nations, including going to North Korea, which no president has ever been to North Korea, and forged a peace treaty between North Korea and America. He killed ISIS. He gave us millions of jobs across America. Secured the border so that we don't have crazy people out here trying to take advantage of young girls. And he deported, though, a lot of illegals that was committing crimes here. He deported them back to El Salvador and other South American countries. I mean, what did he do to get in trouble? Allegedly, he slept with a escort, a peace star, which was Stormy Daniels. That's what people is upset about. They're mad about that. The thing is, that's her job, to sleep with people. She gets paid to sleep with people. So what's the big deal if he slept with a peace star or not? Who cares? Who gives a crap? Shoot. And then they're mad because Trump had a conversation with his friends. They was talking about women. You know, men talk about women all the time. And Trump said, yeah, I just like to grab them by the JJ downstairs. Look, man. Look, if you're a man that likes women, men is going to talk like that. That's just how it is at the end of the day, man. Shoot. And the thing is, a lot of these women, they be throwing themselves on dudes that's famous, got clout, and got money. They be throwing themselves on dudes like that. So, yeah, a lot of them do like to get grabbed out of a JJ downstairs. But the thing is, my generation is so weak and soft, man. Like, no man is supposed to be a man. Be a man, Hogan.
Gosh. Step up when they're needed. And right now, we're needed. We're needed to protect the world because of our own safety is at stake. And again, you want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv, make sure they move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you have a war.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia, they took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden. They took no land, nothing from Trump, nothing. He knew not to do it. Not going to play games with me. He knew that. I got along with him very well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started ever with me. And he's going to take Ukraine. And, you know, you asked me a question before, would you do this with, he's got us in such a bad position right now with Ukraine and Russia. Because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will never settle until such time. They're running out of people. They're running out of soldiers. They've lost so many people. It's so sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were
President Trump,
president.
the question was, will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week.
No, he's right though.
I will absolutely.
They did play
nothing
him
I'd
back in
rather
2020,
do. It would be
man.
much easier for me to do that than I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the first time, you continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie about somehow there's all this misrepresentation.
Nah, I'm with Trump on that one. They really rigged him, man, in 2020. Because he was up thousands in Pennsylvania and I forget the other two states, and then just out of nowhere, Biden beat him by double
We'll
that.
be right back.
That don't make no
More
sense,
from
man.
the CNN presidential
That don't make no
debate.
sense. I think Trump was up by like over 10,000 votes in Pennsylvania that year in 2020. Then out of nowhere, Biden just magically beat him in Pennsylvania, and it was two other states Trump was like really up huge in, and then all of a sudden Trump loses those states too. Nah, I don't buy that one bit, man. Trump is right about that one. He's right. He's right. He's right about that one. Oh yeah, another thing he did, Cortland, to let you know. Obama had, believe it or not, Obama at the border had families separated and in cages, and Trump ended that. So there you go. He ended that and reunited children with their families. So there you go. I know that's not what you asked, but I know you asked me like, what did he do to get in trouble or whatever the case is, but since we was on that topic of talking about what Trump was doing, since I mentioned it, there you go. Woo! Man, this computer drives me up the wall. Good Lord. All right. See, make sure the messages is popping up, because YouTube always acts up. So make sure the message is popping up. But I can't wait for SmackDown tomorrow, man. SmackDown is gonna be good. I wonder if Drew McIntyre is gonna be on SmackDown. I'm curious about that. But we'll see. Let's see, you got my vote if you run, bro. Look, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Sports are cool. Politics, I'm going to be honest. Politics is something that you got to have the mind for. You got to have patience for it. And you got to know how to network with people 24/7, 365. Because as a president, your job is not from 8 to 6. Well, I mean, 8 to 4 or 7 to 3 or 9 to 5 or 10 to 7. No, your job is 24/7, 365 for the next 4 years. You got to remember, that's your job for the next 4 years. So in those next 4 years, you gotta go some nights, well, a lot of nights, I should say. You gotta go without sleep. You gotta go without a proper meal. You might have to eat on the run. You sacrifice time with your family because of meetings you gotta attend, speeches you gotta make, bills you gotta go over with your vice president and your representatives. You gotta make proposals to fix this situation, that situation, this situation over here, a shooting over here, this and that over here. You got to take flights from America to go to Japan, to go to the UK, to go to Brazil, and all this stuff. It takes a lot, man. You have to be ready from a mental perspective more so than a physical perspective at the end of the day. Because look at Biden. This man has been worn down. I know he's old, but I'm just saying, look at his 4 years. Look how many times he has tripped up. Look how many times he's fell. Look how many times he couldn't even speak. He couldn't even speak right. He was slurring his speech.
And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10%.
He couldn't even remember what he said 10 seconds ago. Like,
for example,
you know,
he wants to get away with get rid of the ability of Medicare to
yeah, it's a lot, Cortland. It's a lot, bro. It's not easy. And these guys that do the presidency of the United States is underpaid. They're not making a lot per year, man. They're not. I think the only president that has capitalized on making lots of money is Barack Obama. You know, it's Barack Obama. Barack Obama had endorsements, appearances, commercials, all of that stuff. It's because he's the first, allegedly, he's the first black president. But at the end of the day, he's mixed, but they still count him as the first black president. But still, you know, that's the one to me that has cashed out on the presidency of the United States. And see, it is sad. Should be elder abuse the way Biden is treated. You know what? Keeping it hopeful, I'm going to be honest, man. If I live to see Biden's age, I'm not running for president. I'm not doing it.
He said,
I'm not doing it.
This, we want to do that. We want to get rid of this tax, that tax.
Because you know, when you get older, you start losing patience. You forget.
By allowing millions.
It's a lot. You get health complications.
Our military doesn't respect them. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was broke. Anybody that did business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, for terror, no money whatsoever. Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times Charlottesville, 1,000 times. The whole country is exploding because of you, because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect
He's
the
like a
world.
fish out of water.
What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations.
And I've said this.
But he's putting a lot of those regulations back
I've
on.
said this before.
All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from the medical standpoint,
Biden was a token president at the end of the day.
Space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe.
And I'm gonna say why in a minute, y'all.
Terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. But you know what we did for the military was incredible. Choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves. And they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Thank you, former
Okay, let me
President
say it
Trump.
now.
President Biden, stay with us because
in 2020, a lot of people was brainwashed, in my opinion, man.
And Aaron Burnett start.
They were brainwashed. They voted for Biden. What did Biden do? He didn't do jack squat. This is a man that has given Ukraine millions and billions of dollars instead of putting our country first. When he gave that money to Ukraine, that came out of our taxes, and you notice food went up, the cost of living went up with rent, clothes went up, businesses went up on their prices, barbershops, anything, you name it. All have went up because of our expense. Well, not our, because I didn't approve of giving millions and billions to Ukraine. Biden did. Okay. And when he gave that money to Ukraine, all of our expenses skyrocketed through the roof and then some. Okay. We had mass shootings here in America to where Biden didn't do anything about it. The transgender shooter that shot and killed those Hispanic Christian children, the attention on that story got drifted off real quick, and they drifted attention to Trump with that bullcrap case that they had, and they put the attention limelight on Trump instead of putting the limelight on a transgender shooter that went up in there and killed those Christian Hispanic kids. They took the attention off that immediately. Biden didn't do anything about that. We had another shooting somewhere else. I think I forget, was that shooting in Buffalo? It was a mass shooting, and Biden didn't do anything about that. Instead of giving millions and billions over to Ukraine, how about you invest that money into putting CIA agents or undercover cops or detectives protecting these schools, protecting these universities? He didn't do that. He didn't do that at all. Not at all. The fact that he went on what's his name, Charlemagne's show, and said, he said to black voters, if you have a tough time deciding on who to vote for, whether you want to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. See, things like what I see, I'm paying attention to. When Trump funded black colleges, giving them millions of dollars, he took that away. Nobody says nothing about that. He took that away. Biden has just been, he's just been awful, man. He's just a token. And when he picked Kamala Harris as his VP, that was just a token pick to say, hey, I got a woman whose skin color is brown. Women vote for me. Other people vote for me. That was just a token pick because she hasn't done anything at all neither. I've seen an interview of her where somebody caught her in the airport and they asked her, they said, Kamala, let me ask you a question. And she said, sure. She said, Kamala, what do you plan to do about the children that's being trafficked at the border? And she didn't say nothing. She didn't answer that question at all, man. Didn't answer it at all, not one bit. She just ignored it, went to a flight, and that's it. And the thing is, I know YouTube, they're gonna give me a strike for saying this, but look, man, I'm speaking the truth, man. I'm speaking the truth because you know what? At the end of the day, this is my platform. I can say whatever I want at the end of the day, and I'm just being honest at the end of the day. You know, he gotta go, man. Like I said, it's just no way. It's no way. This is just my opinion. I just feel like that was a plot to get rid of Trump because they wanted him out. They wanted him out, man. They really wanted Trump out, man. They wanted him out like no tomorrow because the media was so against him heavy. They was against him so heavy. They didn't give him a chance. They wasn't fair to him at all. When you look at what they asked Biden, they give Biden a cakewalk. They don't say nothing about Biden spending time eating ice cream and, you know, just being nonchalant about a lot of things. They don't say nothing about that because they don't care, man. They don't care at all. They don't care, man. They don't. Let's see. This is why Trump will win. Trump is speaking with actual facts while Biden is just spewing us. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Devin. That's true. And the thing is, Biden, like I said earlier, Biden, he says things that he don't even remember he said. He really don't. Why should we have a president like that? Why should we have a president that puts other countries first and don't put us first? I mean, he's brought in all these migrants from all these countries, and they're taking advantage and taking the lives of these little girls who are 12, 13 years old, who should be living far past 12 and 13 years old, and they shouldn't have to experience any of that stuff that has happened to them. No woman, girl, little girl should have to experience what those victims experience. And this man hasn't done anything about that. He hasn't done anything about that. This is the man that said, okay, come on, y'all can come in our country. Look, man, Trump has always said, he said, I don't have a problem with immigrants coming to our country, but if they're going to come to our country, they have to do it the right way. And he's right. Just like me, if I go to live in Japan, I have to go there and do it the right way. I can't just go in Japan, sneak in there. Well, I'm not a criminal or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I can't go into Japan and sneak in there because, first of all, they don't know who I am. They don't know what my intention is. And I go to Japan and I beat somebody up in Japan. You know what they're going to do over there to me? They're going to put my behind back over to America because of what I did. Instead of me having the right mentality of going to Japan and go about it the right way, because they have laws and regulations in Japan to where you can become a citizen over there. Trump said, I don't mind if immigrants come, but they have to come and do it the right way. If they're willing to come to America to live right, work, and live the American dream, I have no problem. He said that. He said that a long time ago. You just can't let random people into a country where you don't know who you're letting in the country. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. In Canada, it don't work like that. Over in the UK, it don't work like that. In Australia, it don't work like that. Over in Africa, it don't work like that. I know Africa is not a country, it's a continent. I get it, but I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm trying to say. Over in Spain, it don't work like that. Anywhere you go in the world and you're trying to live over there or whatever the case is, you have to abide by the rules and regulations to become a citizen over there. Okay? They're not just going to have random people coming up in there, living over there, taking advantage of their stuff and the whole none. They're not having that. That's not happening. Not at all. And this man has let this happen for so many months and has not done a darn thing about it. Hasn't done a darn thing about it. And it's sad. It's sad because we have to fear for citizens in this country, citizens of all backgrounds, let me make that clear, citizens of all backgrounds, orientations, gender, whatever you want to call it. We have to fear for citizens getting attacked, citizens getting RAP, you know what, citizens getting robbed, and we have to worry about that because of this man. We have to worry about that. But to each his own, man. Crime is everywhere. Yeah, you can't stop it. Crime is everywhere. You can't stop it. Yes, but the amount of things that has been going on in the past, the past 6 to 8 months because of this man? Come on, man. People got to wake up, man. Let's see. That's why I like to follow small news channels on YouTube. News seems to be tunnel vision no matter what big station. Yeah, that's true. They're only going to want to report what they feel like reporting at the end of the day. And the thing is, when they got their mind made up of what they want to report, is nothing you can do about it. You just got to sit there and watch it. Or like how you do, you don't watch it. You watch the smaller news channels to find out everything that's going on in America, or all around the world that's major. Let's see, Biden just wants ice cream. He doesn't care about the problem. No, he don't. He don't. And the thing is, he know the stuff that's going on. He knows what's going on. He knows. He just doesn't care. I mean, let's keep it a buck, man. He just doesn't care because at the end of the day, stuff is still high. Food, gas, rent, clothes, living expenses, everything is still high. I mean, he claims this went down, but I don't see no changes, man. I mean, I I don't. I'm just saying from my perspective, I don't see no change. Maybe there's changes elsewhere. I don't know, but from what I see, I don't see no change. When Trump was in there, gas and food and all that stuff was, lower than Biden's America at the end of the day. But, to each his own. Let's see. Let's see. So important to enter a country legally from a safety standpoint. Exactly my point. Let's see, as well as a humanitarian standpoint. A sudden influx throws so many things off, from housing to the good available. Exactly my point, keeping it hopeful, because a lot of people don't seem to understand that. A lot of people don't seem to understand that that's what it goes by. It doesn't go by who you are or where you come from, what your religious standpoint is. It don't go by that. It goes by you doing the right thing as a human being when you're entering another country and coming into this country on the legal merit. At the end of the day, now I get it. People out there are like, well, this land is stolen. Oh, nobody's illegal on stolen land and all that stuff. First of all, let me say this. No human being can be banned from a land, okay? That's not what this is about. Anybody can live anywhere they want, anywhere that they want. But the thing is, you have to realize that there's rules and regulations in countries, and you cannot violate those rules and regulations in countries. It goes like that for every country around the world, because just like you said, they have to value safety and protection for their country and their citizens at the end of the day. You cannot go to a country and enter illegally and think that you ain't going to be deported up out of there. It don't work like that. Unless you go about it the right way, and unless, they run your background the whole nine and you do it the right way, hey, you can stay. You can get your citizenship in any country if that's what your motive is. Like, if you're here in America, like I said a few minutes ago, if you're here in America and you want to move to Canada or wherever you want to go, you have that right as a human being to do that. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. But the thing is, you have to realize that you have to follow people's rules and regulations on how to become that dual citizen to go to Canada, to go to Spain or the UK or whatever the case is. And that's the thing. People don't want to follow rules and regulations. They think that they can just go anywhere and just go anywhere in the world and just live there no matter what, and just disregard people's rules that they have set in line when it comes to immigration. And it don't work like that. That's the thing that people don't like, unfortunately. Let's see. I feel no change either financially, or not good change. Yeah, I don't feel no change either, because whatchamacallit, I went to the market last week, and I saw a pack of chicken thighs for like $11, $12, $15, and usually it'd be around $6. That's the average price where I'm at. It don't be no $10 to $15 for a pack of chicken thighs. So I don't think it's went down. That's just my personal opinion. And like I said, it's because Biden got us sticking our nose into people's business to where our nose don't need to be at. Our nose need to be in our country, paying attention to the business that's going on in our country, because our country is not straight at all. There's a lot of issues going on in our country, and it has not been addressed at all. Hasn't. It's a lot, and it has not been addressed, not at all. As a matter of fact, he's been creating and adding to the issues that's going on here in America. Like Trump said, a lot of times we're the laughingstock, of the world because of what's going on in our country. Because of what's going on in our country, it's so many things, it's so many things going on in our country that's wrong, and that is not, it's not going about it the right way, man. It's not. We still got a lot of shootings going on. We still got a lot of poverty where people are starving. and people don't know where their next meal is coming from because of him jacking up the prices on stuff. We got people like they said in the debate, we got addiction going on. We got the illegal migrants coming up in here, taking people's lives and taking kids' lives and nothing's being done about it. We got a lot of things going on, man. A lot of things going on. Let's see. Yeah, I think he does too, keeping it hopeful. I think Trump does have the mindset to run the country because he's more sharper, more wiser, way more sharper and way more wiser than Biden, I'll be honest. And the thing is, a lot of people, he has done things that a lot of people don't give him credit for because of their hate and disdain for the man. Because by being that, and I'm gonna be honest, there's so many people out there that has a hate and disdain for him that they let their hate blind them from the facts of what he's done great for the country, man. And I mentioned it earlier too of the things that Trump has done, and nobody really gives him credit for it. But it looks like a lot more people is waking up compared to 2020. A lot more people now is waking up. Me personally, I went with the man in 2020, and in 2024, I'm going with Trump again, man. He knows how to get things done. When he first got in there in 2016, a lot of people saying, "Well, he's going to get us into World War III. He's going to run this country like a dictatorship." Bruh, how is he going to get us into World War III when Trump, out of all the presidents, Trump has the most peace treaties up underneath his belt? But yet he's supposed to be getting us into World War III. Nobody gives him credit for that. This is a man that was the first president to go to North Korea. Obama didn't do that. Clinton didn't do that. Bush didn't do that. Trump was the first one to go to North Korea, sit down with Kim Jong-un, sit down, have a meeting, and talk together and iron out a peace treaty between them and America. Okay? And Trump got that done. Nobody gives him credit for that at all. Nobody. Okay? Nobody gives him credit for taking out ISIS. Nobody gives him credit for that. These are things that he should get credit for. Everybody was giving Obama credit for taking out bin Laden. Okay, cool. But why don't Trump get credit for taking out ISIS? Why don't Trump get credit for the lowest unemployment rate in America between everybody, all races? How come Trump don't get credit for that? How come Trump don't get credit for the highest stock market records that the country has seen since, I think, like 1932? I want to say 1932. Since the rise of the economy from the Great Depression years. Nobody says that. Nobody says that at all. When the disaster happened in Puerto Rico, who went down there? Trump went down there. When the shooting happened, when 2 shootings happened in America, did Biden go down there? Nope. I ain't see Biden down there. I didn't see him down there. I can go on, man. I can go on. Gas prices was low. Food was low. Like I said, he did a lot, man. He did a lot. Like I said, he ended when Obama had kids in cages and separated away from their families. He ended that. Trump ended that, and Biden was under Obama. A lot of people forget that, but Trump ended that. That's the thing. Let's see. I voted Trump 2016, 2020, and I will be 2024. Keeping it hopeful, I'm with you. 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 1,000%. All right. Sure, I voted for him in 2020. In 2024, he will be getting my vote. Shoot. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest. Here's the thing. By being that people have so much hate and disdain for Trump because of a lot of people is doing this. A lot of people is doing this, keeping it hopeful. They're doing this on their phone. All on Instagram, social media, YouTube, doing this. Flicking the screen all the way up and just reading what World Star or reading memes or whatever that's posted on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or whatever the case. They're doing this. Instead, what they should be doing is they should be Googling, you know what? If people is voting for this man, let me be curious and see what he's done for the country. Instead, they don't think like that because they're blinded by their hate and their anger that the mainstream media has caused to them, and because of them being well stewed within their hate, that they don't want to read nothing, they don't want to hear nothing, and it's facts. It's facts. All they have to do is go on their phone, go to google.com, type in, what has President Trump done in his presidential campaign since he's been in office in 2016? That's all they have to do. What has President Trump done for the country since he's been in office? That's all they have to type in. And all they have to do is just do their research and read. Just read. But people is lazy. They don't want to do that. And the thing is, you don't have to go to a library no more to read and find out what presidents is doing in the White House. You don't need to do that. You have all the power in your smartphone. Just go do your research. Stop being blinded by anger. Stop being blinded by hate. Open up your brain, open up your skull, and open it up to inviting in the acceptability of true facts at the end of the day. That's all you have to do. It's really quite simple at the end of the day, but people is too stubborn to do it because they just love being angry, love being mad, and the thing is, that's just how a lot of people is at the end of the day. You cannot cure a stupid, angry person at the end of the day. You can't. They have to do that on their own. Ain't nobody can fix a stupid person at the end of the day. Nobody can fix a stupid, angry, unintelligent person at the end of the day. You just can't do it. You got to let people just log around and stew in their own ignorance. Because no matter what you say, that's facts. No matter what you say, that's facts. They're going to find something to refute it out of anger and their own feelings at the end of the day. So there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it at the end of the day. Nothing. So, and that's just how a lot of people is at the end of the day, especially in my generation, I noticed. That's just how it is. Let's see, exactly. People are stuck on what the media tells them instead of actually going out and observing it for themselves. Exactly, keeping it hopeful. And that's the thing. They believe anything that the mainstream media tells them because at the end of the day, keeping it hopeful, I'm going to be honest, at the end of the day, the mainstream media's hustle at the end of the day is keeping people angry over race. And at the end of the day, they like to keep people angry over the orientation thing, the alphabet thing, if you know what I'm saying. So they like to keep that in people's face to make them angry and feel a certain type of way at the end of the day. When what people should be doing is, nah, you know what? I'm not going to pay no attention to this. I'm going to just leave that alone and I'm going to find out what's really going on in the world. I'm going to look up a real news channel or somebody that reports on current events that's trusted and that tells the truth straight down the middle. I'm going to find somebody like that and I'm going to just get my information from there. A lot of people don't do that because a lot of people, especially race, I think race is the number one hustler of the mainstream media on the left because they know if they report anything about race, they're going to get people upset. They're going to get people to view it. They're going to get people to read their articles. And the thing is, they're making money off of that at the end of the day. So that's the number one thing that I see today. As far as the mainstream media's hustle at the end of the day. And the thing is, that type of stuff, that gets people vortexed and hypnotized mentally into being angry and mentally hypnotized into hating this race of people, hating that race of people, and it's just like an ongoing war that these people are pursuing a mental war because the mainstream media got these people mentally hypnotized into thinking that races of peoples like this and like that, when it's individuals. You can't judge a race over individuals' behavior at the end of the day. You can't do that because at the end of the day, every race got good people in it, every race got bad people in it. And every religious group got good people in it, every religious people group got bad people in it and good people in it. Every orientation group got good people in it and bad people in it. That's just the way of the world. In every people group, there's good people in it and bad people in it. There's no denying that. And the thing is, people don't realize that and don't have common sense enough to realize that at the end of the day. They don't realize that. But, that's just how it is. Let's see, anger and insecurity definitely brings in the views for them. Exactly, because if the mainstream media posts anything about race, I guarantee you'll see thousands of comments of angry people just writing racially motivated stuff. They'll be judging this race and judging this race of people. And it gets old and annoying hearing about and seeing the same thing over and over and over and over, man. At the end of the day, like I said, there's good people in the world and there's bad people in the world. And that's just it. If somebody comes at you on a racially motivated tip, defend yourself verbally and possibly physically at the end of the day. Don't let nobody make you feel bad. Don't let nobody make you feel bad just because you're white or you're black or you're Hispanic or you're Asian or whatever the case is at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, you be proud of your race, you be proud of who you are, you be proud of, how you look in the whole night, and you defend your gifts because everybody at the end of the day is born with gifts. Some people use their gifts the wrong way, and some people use their gifts the right way to progress the world at the end of the day, So that's just how it is at the end of the day. Let's see, the racecraft the media does really makes me nervous. That's how civil wars come to be. It's ridiculous keeping it hopeful. And the thing is, keeping it hopeful, I hate that. I really hate that because I love good people. Good people at the end of the day, good people are white people, good people, black people, good people, Hispanic people, good people are Asian people, good people are Indian people. And there's a lot of good gay people out there. There's a lot of good bi people, trans people, good religious people out there. There's good Republican people out there. And I'm pretty sure there's good-hearted left people. I can't say the L word, the L-I-B word, but you get my point. Good people don't have a look. Good people don't have a race. They don't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? Good people come in all forms of the world, and it seems like people don't realize that. Well, not people, but some people who are supremacists, because supremacists comes in all races. People that's born like that thinks with that ideology, they never going to change. So it's like a waste of time even talking to them. So people like that, they born hateful, and they're gonna always be hateful at the end of the day. Don't even have a conversation with people like that at the end of the day. And when I say supremacists, like I said, supremacists come in all races at the end of the day. There's not just one race that's supremacist. No. It comes in all races at the end of the day. That's just the ugly side of human nature at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I have lived and interacted with almost every race, and just like you said, there's good and bad, and all race has nothing to do with a good human or a crappy human. Exactly, keeping it hopeful. Exactly. Hands down, 1,000,000,000,000%. Not 1,000, not 100, not 1,000, not 100,000, not 1,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000% true at the end of the day, man. Shoot, I know. In my lifetime, I ran into so many good white people. I ran into good black people. I ran into good Hispanic people. I ran into a few good Asian people because I haven't been around, the Asian community like that. But the Asian people that I knew were such good people, such nice people, man. Indian people, I haven't ran into a lot of Indian people, but the ones that, I ran into was a lot of peaceful ones. And the thing is, you run into good and bad, like you just said, in every race, everywhere in the world, man. That's just how the world is at the end of the day. And the sad part is we can't control that. But what we can control is that our children that's on the rise, because children, they're like sponges at the end of the day. children is going to soak up whatever they see and whatever they hear at the end of the day. And it's our job as the adults to teach children the right way in respecting everybody, you know, because if you respect everybody, 9 times out of 10, that child's going to get that respect right back, no matter who they are. At the end of the day, they're going to get that respect back because it takes respect. You got to give respect in order to get respect at the end of the day. And it's on us adults to lead children that way, you know. And I feel bad for the children because a lot of children today is being brainwashed by a lot of adults out there. They're being brainwashed at the end of the day by these so-called adults and these so-called parents at the end of the day because they're trying to force their ideals and ideologies on these children, confusing them and trying to make them into something that they're not, and trying to confuse their mentality when they shouldn't be doing that. All children should be worried about is trying to pretend to be Superman or pretend to be Batman or pretend to be I'm trying to think. Pretend to be Bugs Bunny or whatever cartoon character that they like. That's what they supposed to be worried about at a young age, because when they watch their cartoon character, you know, the cartoon shows, their favorite shows or whatever, you know, sometimes they emulate, you know, the cartoon characters because it gives them a sense of joy and happiness to watch that cartoon show. That's the only thing children should be worried about at the end of the day. They shouldn't be taking on all these extra agendas that they shouldn't know nothing about at an early and young age at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Children should be worried about drinking apple juice, eating their peanut butter sandwiches, taking a nap in the daytime. That's what children should be worried about. That's the only thing they should be worried about. Children should be worrying about learning ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. That's it. But, you know, this is the world that we living in, man. This is the world that we living in, unfortunately. But it's like, what can you do, man? It's like, what can you do? You know, what can you do? I mean, you take some of these kids into these schools, and some teachers in these schools brainwashing these kids, man. It's like you can't win. You can't win, man. And the thing is, these so-called adults, they know what they're doing because, like I said, children's brains at a very young age are like sponges. They're going to soak up whatever they see, whatever they hear, and possibly whatever they touch. Because as a child, if you touch a stove, because you're going to be curious, if you touch a stove, you realize the stove is hot and it burns and you're in pain, you're going to be like, oh, okay, mentally, I'm not going to do that again. So that's why I added in touch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. And the thing is, if you say something against it, you're considered a phobic, you're considered a hater. If you say something that makes 100% sense, that makes sense, it's factual, you say something like that, you're considered a hater, a phobic. And it's just crazy, man. It's like today in my generation, angry opinions are considered facts, and the truth in facts is considered hate at the end of the day. Remember, people only like truth when it sounds good. A lot of people. That's what I noticed. A lot of people love the truth when it sounds good, but when the truth sounds bad and ugly in their definition, that's when they don't like truth at all. But, you know, it is what it is, man. To each his own. Let's see. Can you help me figure out what wrestlers were close with the Von Erich family? I wouldn't know, Alex. Maybe Bret Hart, Hogan. I wouldn't know, quite honestly. Jimmy Hart. I'm just taking a wild stab in the dark because I've heard Hogan and Bret talk about the Von Erich family, but I wouldn't know because, quite frankly, I don't know anything about the Von Erichs, bro. I really don't. I know them, but I don't know anything about them at the end of the day. Yeah. But yeah, man. But yeah. I mean, it's been, it's been fun. It's been fun. Honestly, I wish I could talk like this all the time, but y'all know how YouTube is, man. YouTube, they don't like the truth, man. They don't like it. Speaking of don't like the truth, YouTube is a prime example, man. Prime example.
Have you ever seen Stranger Things, like on Netflix? Did you not like it?
I like the first one, but I thought it got bad.
It did, okay. But what I was gonna say, it's like the strangest thing that I don't have your number.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow.
Would you like it?
I would love it. What's your name?
I'm Maria.
Maria? I'm Steven. Here, I'll just give you a ring.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What's the number?
Does that work?
Now that's funny.
What?
I like that. That's funny.
It works purely off solar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use that.
What's the number?
It's 860.
I guess check to see if it goes through.
What the hell?
It actually went through.
Sweet. All right, well, I love you. I'll see you in the underground. See you.
That man picked her up with an old rotary telephone. That's hilarious. See, The Rock said things about the Von Erich family, did he? I didn't even know The Rock knew the Von Erich family. I mean, if he was close to them, there's an answer right there for you, Alex. If he was close to them, I have no idea. I don't know anything about them. I just know that they're like the Kennedys of wrestling because they said that they were cursed. They said that the Kennedys were cursed as well.
Hotel maid wanted.
So,
Yeah, sweet, I can do that. Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
I come in anyway.
No, go away.
I come in anyway.
Oh, my
I
God!
said no. Okay, I clean? No, get out of here. I clean now? No. I stay and watch? Now, where's my chicken parm? Hotel
oh
maid
man,
wanted. Yeah, sweet. Now, where's my chicken parm from last night?
chicken parm.
I ate it. You ate it? Yeah, there was no name on it. It was just sitting there. Is there a problem? No.
Yeah, there's a very big problem.
Oh, that's way better than chicken parm.
What?
His pregnancy came as a... Nope.
See, look up The Rock. The Rock and the Von Erich family? Yeah, I don't know anything about them, bro. You might have to go to Google. You might have to go to Google on you might have to search up like the Von Erich family and people like knowing them in the whole nine.
My old man was wrestling for a very famous family, the Von Erich family. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wow. And they got a big movie coming out, by the way. On the Von Erich. On the Von Erich, yeah, called Iron Claw. That's yes. My old man wrestled for their dad, which is the guy on the left. That guy looks like the dad of a bunch of pro wrestling. Look at him. Look at the hard ass with fucking tape on his knuckle. It's Von Erich. Look at his knuckle. That guy's covered in sweat. He's wearing a fucking like a regular work t-shirt. It looks like blood on it. Yeah. Well, the guy in the middle, Kevin Von Erich, is the only one of the brothers that's still alive. The guy all the way on the right, Kerry, was my hero man. And it's crazy. Every week at this famous arena called the Sportatorium, they used to wrestle them in the afternoons. Wow, it was wild. My old man was wrestling for a very famous family.
Oh wow, okay, Rock.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised to hear The Rock say that because The Rock never had beef with anybody, you know? Never did. Appreciate the likes, y'all. Appreciate it. Like I said, I know YouTube ain't gonna like this one, but to each his own. To each his own. We here to preach the truth. We're not here to lie and alibi. We don't do that over here, man. See, the Los Angeles Lakers drafted Bronny James. Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations to him. I wish him all the best, man. Wish him all the best. That's all I can say. Hopefully he has a great season. Great career, rather, because it's going to be a lot of pressure on that kid. That's all I got to say. But we'll see what happens, man. Allegedly, LeBron is going to sign with the Lakers until 2027. So you got a few more years left of LeBron, because he's going to wait for his other son, Bryce James, to come out. And the Lakers allegedly is supposed to be drafting him, so, you know.
Money pot, they belong. So
Let's see, what is this
go
about?
ahead and shut everything up.
Hey, my name is Nevaeh. I can follow me on Instagram at Nevaeh Marine.
Yeah, why is people so dehydrated? Not even thirsty. Why is so many people dehydrated for followers on Instagram, man? Like what does that do? I just don't get it. Like, does that give you a superpower or something? I don't know.
Nobody popping. Okay.
Like that stuff don't matter, man. Like, people, when they get followers on Instagram, they think that makes them a god or something like that. Like, bro, come on, man. Where has my generation gone to, man? We're living in a world where people think just because they got followers, they think they somebody. Like, come on, man. Let's see. LeBron James and Bronny James will be the first ever father-son duo in NBA history to play at the same time. That's true. That is true. That's 100% true. I think the Griffeys were the first to do so. Yeah, I think the Griffeys were the first to do so.
So do you? So.
Because he was trying to be funny, but it's okay.
What I do?
No, that's you.
Oh, not me. Tired. So how do you feel about 50-50?
That's fine. Like, if you need me to do 50-50, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, a man gonna take care of you.
Okay.
Nah, I feel like she just said that because the cameras is on her. Like, bro, you turn those cameras off, it's a whole nother story, man. That's the definition of a relationship. Like, 50-50. Like, I got you, you got me, you got me, I got you. How are we gonna have a relationship if I'm giving 100% of everything and you giving nothing but cooch downstairs? Like, any woman could give you cooch, you know what I'm saying? But, like, what are you doing for me? What are you doing for me when I'm doing for you? I'm doing everything for you, but what are you doing for me besides giving me cooch?
What is your ideal first date?
Something fun. I'm so sick of dinner. Like, that's so boring. Like, let's go to, like, Topgolf or K1 Speed and do something fun. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
So, any of my fellas, y'all got a question?
I agree with that one. She right on that one. Do something fun. See, you loving Liv Morgan's current character work? I bet you are. That's one of your favorites. I ain't gonna lie. I felt a certain way when she did what she did to R-Truth and The Miz, man. R-Truth, you are mad. Why the heck are you going over to the ropes to go console Liv Morgan, man?
You said what? How old are you?
I'm 19.
What? Bro.
No.
Bro, nah, I'm gonna be honest, man. She's legal, and it seems like the little stuff makes her happy. So they messed up on that one. Let's see. I mean, but everybody can debate on what they want. That's crazy. But she said she's tired of dinner dates, man. You would think that'd be music to some of these dudes' ears, man, because they'd be like, man, I'm tired of spending $50 to $100 on a date with a woman, and I don't get nothing back in return. She said she just want to go somewhere fun, bro. You go to a go-kart place or whatever, you ain't spending over $100. I'll tell you that.
Somebody pop their balloon, so go ahead and shout everything out.
Hey, my name is Nevaeh. You can follow me on Instagram and Nevaeh Marie.
This is why Candace said this is sad. This is sad. She's right. Candace is right on this one. This is sad because she don't want much. I'm looking at this video, and apparently this chick don't want much at all. She really don't. All she looking for is to have a fun time. Ain't nothing wrong with having fun, man.
Nobody popping. Okay, so do you?
Honestly, I'm with Candace Owens on this one. She's right on that one. Pick Kyle Schwarber over Marcell Ozuna for the MLB 2024 All-Star Game. Is people upset over that?
So.
Hold up.
Why are you ignoring me? Hey. What was last night for you? Did that make you mad? Did that make you mad?
Dang. He's playing better than Kyle Schwarber. He got robbed. He got robbed. He got robbed.
What's your secret life?
I hate to say it. If that's the case, he got robbed.
Will Joe Biden make it to the general election in 2024 November? Yes.
Of course he will.
In what condition, we do not know. Obviously, we saw this during 2020. They just kept him away from the cameras at all times and blamed it on COVID. So I think now they're talking about the bird flu. They're going to be like, listen, the bird flu is what is going on right now. And unfortunately, he can't speak to anybody but Cardi B, like they did during COVID. I think she was one of the only people.
Bro, so many people has turned on Biden, man. The Rock turned on him. The ratchet queen, Cardi B, turned on him. Hey. At this point, the All-Star Game voting is a popularity contest. I feel like it was always that, Alex. That's just my opinion. I felt it was always whatever superstars are more is the most popular. That's who people is gonna vote for because this is all fan voted related. This is not media voted related. This is all fan related at the end of the day.
With Joe Biden, and that seemed to be on par with his abilities at the time. But they are going to avoid interviews with him like the plague. Will Joe Biden?
But shout out to everybody that liked the live stream, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that gave the live stream a like. Shout out to keeping it hopeful, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you always. Thank you for being a real one. Thank you for being down with me. Since I had like 26, 27 subscribers, I always give you a shout out on that. So shout out to you keeping it hopeful. You've been with me for a long time, man.
The lies that were.
It's always fun to see you come through. Always fun. Let's see. And everybody else as well.
How dare you think that your government could be involved in a false flag attack at
Well, Chris Sale, isn't he a good pitcher last time I checked?
all? Well, let me tell you something, sweetheart. You don't have to believe that 9/11 was an inside job, but you better tether yourself to the understanding that false flag events are a reality because a former sitting president who was subsequently assassinated in the back of a car next to his wife, JFK, he refused to sign off on a false flag event. The CIA came to him. This is called Operation Northwoods. You should look this up. One idea that they floated was a fabricated shoot down of a U.S. Air Force plane. They also floated blowing up a U.S. ship. And other ideas that they had were just to orchestrate a series of terror attacks on United States citizens. They thought maybe in Miami, maybe in D.C., we'll just start killing people and blaming the Cubans. And JFK said, this is maniacal. I absolutely will not sign off on a false flag event against American citizens. How dare you think that I was on the internet and I saw. So I'll give you the background of the story. I tweeted regarding pornography this. I said, and pornography. It's a intended to weaken our men. But of course, Cardi B saw this and she tweeted this in response when that tweet was going viral. She said, oh my God, why y'all so against? Is it bad for y'all? I enjoy it, but I don't know. I guess it's like a 6-time-a-year thing. I personally don't feel no connection or addiction to it. Just a little quick 1-2. Doesn't think about the addictions, especially for men who really suffer from pornography.
I ain't gonna lie, they both right on this topic. They're 100% right on this topic. Both of them is right. I can't, because I see where both of them is coming from with this.
And I'm so glad that so many men listen to the show. And
because this here is a tough topic to talk about, man. It really is for a lot of people.
In the comments talk about how much they struggle with pornography because they are more physiologically, psychologically, biologically wired to have a response when you are producing movies to them. And it is a fact that Pornhub intentionally offers more and more depraved topics annually. From the background of the story.
Yeah.
Included,
Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. Whether you like her or not, man, Candace Owens be speaking facts, man. She's a smart woman, man. You go toe to toe with her, man, you're gonna lose. That woman be on it, 100%, man. 100. Yep. Alrighty. I think my time is done here. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for a Friday Night SmackDown. I'm gonna end this in about 50 seconds. Let's end this on an even note and go from there.
More than $120.
Alrighty. See, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Alrighty. Alright, guys. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for coming through to the live stream. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.